Well, time now for our weekly look at the big stories and the big issues in crime this week. And to guide you through it all is Jackie Haynes, who served with the Metropolitan Police for 30 years. This week we're looking at drink driving. And this is a really busy time for forces across the country, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's an annual event now, isn't it? We're all used to seeing these hard-hitting campaigns. And although the drink driving incidents which cause accidents are being reduced, there's still a huge number of people whose lives are being devastated by accidents and losing life and serious injury. And as usual, the government have introduced their campaign video, which I think we can have a look at, which is actually really hard-hitting.
There's a party going on right here.
A celebration to last throughout the years.
So bring your good times and laughter too.
We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
Celebration. We gon' celebrate
And have a good time.
Celebration.
We're gonna celebrate and have a good time.
It's a celebration.
As you can see, a really high number of people still being injured in accidents. And this year, Crime Stoppers are launching a big campaign to encourage people to ring in. And we've got Anne Scott at the Crime Stoppers call centre. Good morning, Anne. You're the regional coordinator for Crime Stoppers and leading this campaign. Anne, why is Crime Stoppers doing this campaign? Because it's not a subject they normally get involved in.
Well, last year, hundreds of people lost their lives on our roads and thousands of people were injured. In my mind, one death is too many. Now, as you've seen from the Think advert just run, campaigns in the past have primarily focused on changing the behaviour of the driver, so trying to tell them about the consequences of getting behind the wheel when they're drunk. Crime Stoppers are taking a completely fresh approach and trying to get those people off the roads that refuse to change their behaviour and continue to drink drive and put people's lives at risk by empowering the community to come forward and speak up anonymously about them.
Now, I understand you had something like 6,000 calls last year from people wanting to shop a drink driver. What were those callers telling you?
The majority of people that contact Crime Stoppers do so because they have a genuine concern for their community or somebody that they know. In relation to drink driving, we don't have the capacity to deal with calls that should be rung through to the police in a 999 situation. So we're getting information on those who regularly drink drive, but they're too scared to go to the police directly, perhaps for fear of being identified. People who are down the pub might see their friends, their family, work colleagues or neighbours drink driving, and they know it's unacceptable, but they're worried about a police officer turning up on their doorstep to take a statement. So by contacting Crime Stoppers, we take that concern away from them because they can do that completely anonymously. We don't even want their name.
How many people were actually arrested as a result of these calls last year?
Last year, 244 people were arrested as a result of information given to Crime Stoppers. So that's 244 people less on the roads that could have gone on to cause an accident.
That's a terrific number. And how sure can you be that people will stay anonymous? Because, as you say, that's the most crucial thing. If you're sitting in a bar with somebody who's downing large amounts of alcohol and then going off to their car, that's quite scary to think there may be repercussions from ringing in.
Absolutely. Crime Stoppers is an independent charity, and we take information from the public 100% anonymously. In the 26 years that we've been running, we have never revealed anyone's identity. It's absolutely paramount to the charity. So if anyone does have information on those drink driving, I can reassure them that it's so important to us that we keep their information anonymous. So when someone calls Crime Stoppers, we don't ask for their name or take any personal details. We can't trace or record their call, and they don't have to go on to speak to a police officer or go to court. So it is quick, safe and easy, and I can guarantee them 100% anonymous. Even if they accidentally say it's my neighbour drink driving or my friend drink driving, we'll strip out that information. So when it goes to the police on their behalf, there's nothing in there that identifies them.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Anne. Gillian, in a week that we've seen the Scottish law coming in, reducing the amount of alcohol in people's systems before they fail the test, there's huge pressure now on drink drivers to really change the behaviour.
And possibly for the rest of the UK to follow the Scottish example. But a hugely delicate situation, because sometimes the person that you might have seen drinking too much and then attempting to drive might be a family member.
It is huge, and it's a big decision to pick up the phone and shop somebody in that situation. But a car is a lethal weapon. You know, you don't have to be going very fast, and you don't have to have that much alcohol in your system in order for your reaction time to be reduced and raise the chances of having an accident. And the biggest problem quite often is first thing in the morning. It takes something like 12 hours for a bottle of wine to go through somebody's system. If you've only had 6 or 7 hours sleep, you are still drunk from the night before. And if you have an accident, you could kill somebody. Never mind the fact that you're going to lose your licence for 3 years and face a huge fine, and the guilt of having had that accident.
Having to live with that. I suppose that the job of the police would be made much easier if there was zero tolerance and people simply didn't drink at all if they're intending to drive. I mean, that would solve the problem, wouldn't it?
It would, yes, and that's always my advice to people. People talk about all these limits of 80 and 50 milligrams. It's confusing. It's easier just to not drink if you're going to drive.
OK, Jackie, thank you. Well, we'll have more from Jackie next, including an appeal for helping to trace missing people. We'll also look at the mysterious case of Carl Law, who went missing 3 weeks ago on a stag do in Prague.